It's the only person below White Holiday in the ComicsGate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We are joined today by our very special guest, Bionic Bruh from TaleEndStudio. How's it going?
It's going good, man. How about yourself?
Good. Welcome to the channel. This is your first time here.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on to discuss your book. I wanted to find out, well, will you take a moment, please, and share with the world, like, your origin story? How did you grow up? What were you into? What types of pop culture or entertainment were you into? And how did that lead you ultimately to becoming a crowdfunded comic book creator? And did you have any formal training?
All right, this is going to be a little long-winded.
No, go for it. That's what my channel's all about.
So, yeah, I grew up on the likes of, the animated shows when I was growing up. It wasn't really comic books for me until I hit high school. But I grew up on, of course, TMNT and Power Rangers. Those were my go-tos. And then when I got a little bit older and I started understanding themes and whatnot when it came to shows, I started getting into Batman the Animated Series, Spider-Man and X-Men, and then I don't really remember anything else until I got to something that got a little bit more graphic with Dragon Ball Z, allowing like all the blood and everything to take place in the shows for kids. So you kind of felt like you were getting away with something when you were a kid because your parents really didn't pay attention to it. But so that's what happened with me. And then when it came to high school, I started watching the CW shows, Smallville specifically. And I started seeing that show, and I really liked what was going on. I love Michael Rosenbaum as Lex Luthor. Tom Welling was a good Clark Kent. Cool. And then as the series progressed past season 6, I was like, I could write better shit than that.
Before you go any further, is there any way for you to increase your volume? You're coming in real low.
How about here?
Oh, I think that makes it better.
That's okay.
All right, because I had to jack up my speaker volume.
Okay, that's fine.
Bristolian Dave, damn, you're on the streams today. Yeah, I try and have several streams every week as time permits.
Of course.
Wolverine says, volume's a touch low. Welcome, Wolverine.
Sorry, I think we just corrected that. Let me know if it's better.
All right. So, I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead, you were saying?
No, you're good. So, started with Smallville in high school. And then I started getting introduced to the actual comics because everybody was always arguing, well, it's not like the comics. This is what happens in the comics. So I was like, all right, give me some comics. So they did. And I fell in love with it immediately, man. So my ADD ass loves all the like colors and the flashes and the artistic styles of the different people that brought the comics to us. And immediately I fell in love with Nightwing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you'll find, a few tropes here and there from that because, it kind of, inspired me to like make my own world and whatever. So instead of doing fan fictions for Smallville and trying to correct them, I was like, well, I'll just kind of make my own thing out of it. But so comic books came in when I was about 18 years old, just when I was about to leave high school for college. And I started like reading Green Lantern. I started reading Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America, of course. The big names that everybody knew. Whenever it got to the smaller ones, people would have to be like, dude, you gotta check this one out. So I got introduced to Saga and different things like that.
I've heard good things about Saga.
Oh, Saga's excellent. I love it. I have all 14 volumes right there. And then, so when I was 26, I had an accident and I lost 4 fingers on my left hand in a factory.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that year, a couple years later, I went to Dragon Con and was hanging out with some amputated friends that I had that we all either like lost our hand or grew up with a congenital disfigurement.
Uh-huh.
And we were just walking Artist Alley looking at all the content brought in from these indie creators. And we started like chit chatting and be like, dude, don't you have an idea for yourself? I was like, hell yeah, I do, don't you? He was like, hell yes. So we started going back and forth about our ideas, and I was telling him about Cobalt. And he was like, dude, that's awesome. I'm going to get you in touch with somebody. I was like, yeah, sure. That's cool. Because, you know, when people tell you that, you just like brush it off because it never really comes of anything later down the road.
Mm-hmm.
But this one time it actually did. And he got me in touch with some people that quickly became friends of mine. And we created this anthology called Super Abled Comics for kids who grow up with congenital disfigurements or had lost a hand in an accident or any limb. So that was my first 7-page origin story that you actually have access to right now from the file that I shared with you. And so that became my first like creative story that was actually like self-published or had any kind of weight to it. And after that, I just caught the bug and I couldn't stop.
So that book about able kids was like released publicly. It was like
Yeah, we
official.
that was campaigned on Kickstarter.
All right.
Back in 2019. And it went over real well. We had a lot of books published and printed. I still have quite a little bit of a stack over here, right here on my shelf. And it was awesome, dude. Just being able to bring that to kids and seeing the smiles on their faces that they had like characters that they could relate to. That hit home. That really hit home. But I was like, as I said, I caught the bug and I couldn't stop. So I was like, guys, when are we going to put out the next one? Can we get going on it? And then COVID happened. So no, we weren't putting anything out this year because there was no way to actually like get it to anybody. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a full issue of Cobalt if that's cool with you guys. And they were like, yeah, man, you can go ahead and do that. Probably thinking, yeah, you're not going to get that done. Well, I'm fucking getting it done. And yeah, so I hired an artist named Erwin Oroza. He's Filipino, actually lives in the Philippines.
Okay.
So we've been doing this over Google Drive and Messenger the whole time since back in October last year.
Wow.
And it's been a great experience. We've had to pause for a little bit this week because his father's become ill. So he's spending time with his family while he can.
Oh, for sure.
Which is fine because we're like 4/5 of the way done with the art. So I can actually get my letterer to start working on it now because we're that far ahead with the art. Might as well just get the letterer on it now.
Does that 4/5 of the way through?
Yeah. Well, when it comes to the art and everything, because there's 32 pages to this issue.
Okay.
And he just finished doing page 21, I believe. So my math might be a little off on that.
And by 4/5 of the way, you're also referring to pencils, inks, colors.
Oh yeah, it's all there. If you go into the Google Drive that I shared with you, you'll be able to see all the pages that we've completed. He still got to do some coloring on some of the pages, but the black and whites are all done. Most of the colors are maybe a little bit more than halfway completed, and yeah, man.
So you went straight from that other comic venture and straight into doing your own all by yourself?
Well, I had a friend and my brother's wife like look over my story, and I asked him. I was like, "Do you see anything wrong? Like, does it flow well? Does it move fluidly?" You know, so I started doing that, and then I actually like went back to some of the comics that I have, and I started like reading them and seeing like how many scenes a page took. So like 3 to 4 pages is for each scene. So I wrote that down and kept that logged away, and I just started creating it around that kind of movement, that kind of flow, and yeah, man, it's been excellent. We haven't had too many issues. It's been going well.
And did you say it was your brother and his wife that looked it over?
Yeah, I had my brother's wife look it over.
Oh, all right.
She's a teacher, so she kind of deals with like stories in English and all that. And then I had one of the friends that I had on Super Able Comics look it over, Travis Rivas. He was the editor for that anthology, so I had him look it over for me a bit too.
Is he or your sister-in-law serving as editors on the book officially?
No, not officially. I just had them look it over. I asked both of them if they wanted to, and they're like, "No, you don't have to do that." I was like, "All right," but I mean, the offer's still there.
Dario Hernandez, welcome. Caw.
What's going on, Dario?
Bristolian Dave, welcome. Just watched your trailer. Looks like a really cool project.
Appreciate it, Dave.
Nice. Yeah, so let's bring that up here. How long has this been in the works? Or how long, like, what was your inspiration for Cobalt?
Of course, like all the classic tropes of comic books, and then of course stuff taken from my life. So the origin story, which is only 7 pages, and I want to like go back and expand that into like an 80-page like book itself,
Ooh.
standalone. But the inspiration came from of course the accident that I had, and kind of the stuff that I was going through at the same time. Um, I'm a blue collar kid. I grew up in the Midwest of the U.S. Indiana, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia. So Jesse Jensen in the story is kind of the same situation, but his mother caught cancer of the lung, and it was already severe, and there wasn't really anything the doc could do about it without surgery. And of course, being a blue collar kid, you don't really have that kind of money lying around. So he decided to take up a job as a runner for a cartel that was kind of like hanging out in Atlanta, and he was just doing drop offs for this cartel at different places. One night, a deal goes bad. He loses the merchandise and the money, and Esmeralda, the the woman that kind of runs this cartel, wasn't really pleased with that. And so as compensation for losing money and merchandise, she decided to take a cleaver to his hand.
Mm.
And so after that, Cobalt lost his fingers. His mother passed from the cancer. A lot of anger was built up in this kid. And he meets another guy named Thomas Rogers, who kind of like deters or focuses that anger in a specific area that doesn't exactly help Jesse work through it, but it definitely lets him get the anger out. So that is Cobalt. And now this new story is after defeating Esmeralda, coming out of hiding and seeing if he can actually do this for the lives of those in Atlanta and not just for himself anymore. Can he go from being just a vigilante to somebody who's not focused on vengeance and just getting back at people? Can he become a savior for those in need?
Mm. And is the subtitle Thrashing about a reference to not only the loss of his digits, but also a seeming loss of control in his own life?
Yeah, he's barely holding on to it, and his friend Thomas kind of sees that. So Thomas is trying to keep him in, in his eyesight, in his line of vision, always trying to keep an eye on him. And Jesse kind of sees that he's trying to do that, and he's trying to stay away from that happening because he kind of wants to let loose and let the anger out. But he has a little brother that he has to take care of too. He's got friends that he still count on him. I mean, just because you have these losses, you can't focus on them. You have to be able to move forward. And Thomas is learning that maybe focusing in the Cobalt wasn't exactly the greatest idea, but there can be good to come out of it if we figure out how to make that happen.
Gotcha. Welcome, Hex Allen. Hello.
What's up, Hex?
Pretty cool. Cobalt thrashing about. Vigilante takes on gangs and those lining their pockets in a cyberpunk style of Atlanta, Georgia. So you'd been working on this for some time, but did it like take a year or two to from start to finish of the idea of Cobalt? Or
Oh,
did
hell yeah.
than that?
Yeah, I started playing around with the aftermath of what happened in Cobalt. Like, not even after we finished the campaign on Kickstarter for Super Able. Like, when my mind gets locked onto something, I'm ADD, but when my mind gets locked onto something, it just keeps going with it until it just fucking burns out. And it hasn't burned out yet.
Cool.
So I just kept playing with it. I had a story that I wanted to pursue before I came up with this one with Cobalt. But I was like, that comes later down the line. You don't really have that story take place before this. This is the journey to get to that destination for that pinnacle, for that climax of a battle, for that kind of action packed comic. So this leads up to what I was really wanting to present. And because last year around March, I really started bugging the shit out of Roger, CGWO. You've probably seen him around Twitter.
CGWO.
Yeah, ComicsGate World Order.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So I started bugging the hell out of him back in March, and that's when I still was going to go with that other story. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, it's good, but it's not ready. So I had to switch it up and make a new story that follows that path to get to that destination.
Interesting. So you ran this by the Cobalt storyline by him, and he liked this one more?
No. I just ran Cobalt by him. I was like, hey, man, can you help me promote this character? Well, so while I was still working through the story, I just wanted to get my character out. I wanted people to know that this look, this name, this title, this person is an IP that's going to be coming soon.
Okay.
So even before you're ready with your story, I believe if you know you're going to do something with that character, throw them out there.
Okay. Cool idea. And are you looking at this to be like a continuing series, or are you?
Most definitely. So this story here, Thrashing About, is going to take place over a 4-issue arc.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm going to go down the line, and I'm going to try and continue making it just 4-issue arcs, because if I'm able to, God willing, if I'm able to get like to issue 50 for Cobalt, I just want it to be like different story arcs throughout the whole thing. I don't want anything lingering.
Okay. Gotcha. You don't want an endless teaser or endless cliffhanger.
Yeah, exactly.
Exclusive trading card for those who join the mailing list. Nice.
That's right.
What are your thoughts on the trading card and how you're going to design it?
I have 3 different art pieces that I'm looking at to be the trading card. I actually threw them out on my Twitter account.
Oh, all right.
Tried asking a couple people, hey, which one would you prefer as a trading card? And 2 have been getting the most love right now.
Oh.
And so it's really a battle between those 2 because they're both beautiful pieces. One is done by Max Bertolini, who's an Italian artist that has worked for Dark Horse and Marvel and others.
Wow.
And another one is by Alberta de la Cruz. You can find him on Facebook or on Instagram. He goes by Art of Bert. So if you look him up, he's got some great pieces too. But he did a little commission that I asked him to do a while back. I haven't gotten to play with it at all, but it was such a good piece. I was like, I know I'm going to do something with this. I just got to find out when. And this is the win.
Nice. And then sign up for the list, definitely. You want to be kept up to date. This is in pre-launch. How long are you planning on being? Well, first off, how long when did you put up the pre-launch page?
The pre-launch took place on New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay. So it's still 10 days. All right. So it's still pretty early in it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
How long are you planning on running the pre-launch? Are you going to do the full 6 months? Or are you going to do less?
No, I thought about only doing it for January. I might do it through February, even though I wanted to launch the actual campaign in February because there are a bunch of other artists that are doing February.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't really want to battle you guys for, the campaign. And I want to give my money to you guys also, but I also want to, help get my campaign going too. So maybe I'll push it back to March.
All right.
But yeah, February was definitely going to be my go-to. But as soon as I started hearing everybody, I mean fucking everybody saying, "Yeah, man, I'm going to launch mine in February," I was like, "Well, that's just stupid."
Yeah, I think a lot of them in particular are scheduled specifically for the 15th and the 16th.
See, man. I was going to let this pre-launch go for a month in January and then do the campaign launch on February 1st, just to get that like one full month out of the way, then let the 60 days take place for the actual campaign. But I don't want to battle the likes of Simon Pothier. I don't want to battle Daniel Parker. I don't want to. Well, battle's not the right word. I just don't want to get in the way of their campaign succeeding, and I don't want it to get in the way of my campaign succeeding.
Right. So, yeah, I can understand that. It's going to be more and more challenging as time goes by because there's so many up and coming creators.
Yes.
And so many projects out there. It's looking. The landscape is looking like when it comes to streaming.
Yes.
When you become a YouTuber and you start streaming all the time, initially, because you're so new and naive, you want to be kind to other creators, and be supportive, and you don't want to stream at the same time as their streams.
Right.
But now it's, you just got to get your content out there, stream whenever you're able to, and try not to think about the fact that others might be streaming at the same time, because it's going to happen, and it's going to happen often. And
Yeah, I'm too nice when it comes to that kind of thing. It's like, oh, you're doing it? Yeah, go ahead, go first. I'll wait.
yeah, then after a certain point, then you're waiting endlessly, and
Exactly.
yours done.
So
So
the mentality of this is a dog eat dog world has to take over pretty quick.
yeah, yeah. But everyone comes to the understanding that it's going to happen. So it's really no big deal unless you're starting to stream and it's conflicting with someone you're collaborating with.
Right?
So wait a minute, we were supposed to do a stream together.
Oh man, let me tell you. I've thought about like trying to do a YouTube stream and stuff like that, but at the same time, I was like, if every creator does that, it's going to get oversaturated again, and it's just going to be people in their own corners. And I'm like, I don't really want to be in my own corner. I want to be in everybody else's play pool. So I'm just asking, different people, hey, can I come chill on your stream for a bit? Yeah, I definitely want to talk about Cobalt, but if you want to shoot the shit and talk about other stuff too, I am more than willing to do that. But so I'm trying to get that, not only that business side of it taken care of, but I'm trying to get that friendship side of it taken care of too, because it is about supporting each other, making that friendship, that reliability, but there's also accountability when it comes to it too. So
yeah, it's good to make connections, network, go on other people's streams, chat it up with those in the streams, in the chat. Yeah. But I do think there's still something to be said for, helping build your own property, your own following.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not opposed to creators still doing their own channels because they might want to use that opportunity to not only share updates on their campaign, but also to do things like drawing streams or time-lapse drawings.
I wish I could, but I am only the writer. I am not an artist. If you like stick people, I can do it. But if you need anything else other than that, you're gonna need somebody else.
Well, you can also do, you can discuss creating stories, how to get past writer's block, those topics. Like if you are familiar with Red Valkyrie, they've got a great segment called Writing Prose. And it covers those types of topics.
Okay.
So, I mean, you don't have, sky's the limit, really. Be creative. It doesn't have to be all about drawing streams. I mean,
of course,
like Doc Hogg, who has his book Tilt, his second issue now, Tilt 2. He sometimes organizes streams where he has his artist or his colorist, Leonore, come on, and they, she does some coloring on stream in real time. So, there's all kinds of good things you could do. Let's see.
Yeah, I've asked Erwin, I was like, hey, man, if I could make it happen, would you want to go on one of the streams with me and just talk about, your art style and how you became about being an artist? Because he was an art director over in the Philippines for a little while before he was like, oh, I can do this from home. Yeah, I'll do that. So he quit being an art director. He gets to spend more time with his family, and he gets to do it from, the comfort of his own office. Yeah, I've asked him. I was like, if you want to come on a stream, man, I'll let everybody know. I'm sure they'd be happy to meet you because it's your art making this book, look as unique and as enticing as it is.
Absolutely. Cobalt thrashing about while out trying to make rent. Jesse Jensen, aka Cobalt, gets himself caught up in one hell of an ordeal. Join us in first issue of a 4-part series as Cobalt meets some new players in Atlanta's underground circle. This time around, he might have bitten off more than he can chew. By the way, I meant to ask earlier, you know the Super Abled?
Yes.
How did you do on Kickstarter?
It did well. We met our goal. We actually went over it by a couple thousand.
Ooh.
And you know, since it was a niche project and we knew who our audience was, you know, we kind of was like hoping that would like spark it and make it take place, and it did. It worked out. You know, there's plenty of kids out there that, you know, want to feel like there's a hero out there that they can relate to. And you know, there's not that many that are have physical limitations within the media right now. So we created them, put them forward for everybody, and said, "Hey, would you like to take a look at this?" Everybody wanted to take a look at it, so we did pretty well.
Do you think there's a chance of turning that into a series, or was it like a one and done kind of thing?
I hope to God it wasn't a one and done kind of thing. It was fun. It was fun working with all those talented artists and creators and writers. You know, they're friends within the limb different community now, which is what we call it. We call it limb difference. And I would love to put another anthology together, because it was 6 creators bringing 6 different stories into this one book. And even though they're not really connected to each other, if you wanted to, you could say it's the same universe because it's within the same anthology. And yeah, I hope to God it's not the last one. I'd be more than happy to put Cobalt in it again, or put in a whole brand new character.
How did all right, so that was on Kickstarter. How did you come to decide that you were going to launch your first book on oh, wait a minute, is this actually like the second issue? Hold on.
No, it's not a second issue. So there was a 7-page origin story that basically took place by itself. This is just the aftermath of that.
Okay.
So it stands alone. You don't need to read the 7-page origin story to, you know, come to this.
All right, because I was looking at the URL address and it says Cobalt Thrashing about 2. So
I have no idea what the -2 is.
This looks pretty righteous. Above Engage, the Thrashers hangout spot. Erwin J. Rosa has created some magnificent art for this comic. Great action scenes, beautiful backgrounds engulf the pages. You'll be hard-pressed to find another book like this out there. That's pretty nice work. Is this a traditional artist or digital?
I want to say digital, but don't hold me to it. I don't know his way of doing it.
I would lean towards digital myself, based on the type of imagery he's able to put together. But it looks really good.
Oh yeah, he definitely loves his photo referencing.
Yeah, Justin Thomas chilling at the quarterback. Let me see. Was there a little? No, there wasn't. Sometimes when you mouse over images on the pre-launch page, it has a little additional description. Great characters and enticing story make this a must-have for any comic book fan.
So the quarterback that they hang out with is actually inspired by a diner down that's actually in Atlanta that's been there since 1928 called Varsity. And if you've ever been to Atlanta, Varsity is a little diner off 85, Interstate 85, and people go to
Hold on. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
No, sorry. But yeah, it's an actual place off of 85 that I wanted to like give a little nod to. So that's the quarterback.
Cool. Very cool. Sorry for that goofy interruption.
No, you're good.
Let's see. Thank you, mods, for dropping links. I appreciate it. If it's not digital, it looks almost like water painting.
Yeah, especially that one where he's like looking over the edge above the city. Yeah, that definitely looks like a water painting.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. But I'm trying to figure out, if you did water painting, how would you pull off these digital signs and have them be so crisp and clear like that?
I know, right? I don't know if he does it by hand and then scans it and then continues, but I mean, as
Yeah.
soon as I can, I would love to get him on somebody's channel and just let him talk about his art because he's a great guy. I love working with him. He's a positive guy. He's got a great attitude about stuff. He's like your own personal hype man on the project.
Well, that would be sweet. He's always welcome on here.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is some great stuff. Oh, here's a little mouse over thing. Well, what do we have here? Yeah, he's definitely good doing people, for sure.
Yeah, I love the realism that he brings to it. I know a lot of people don't like the realistic style for a comic book, but I think if you're able to pull it off in a unique manner to where it doesn't like pull you out of the story or out of the characters or anything, I say go for it. And he's got that balance perfect in my opinion. I'm a new guy to the whole creative, style, so what I say probably doesn't matter, but for me, I'm very happy with it.
Self-medicating? Guarantee that's not prescription. What? That's not children's aspirin?
No, man. Those are totally the Flintstone vitamins.
Oh, okay, yeah. And that's the good stuff. Exclusive trading card for those that join the mailing list. By signing up, you'll also receive the latest updates and news from the campaign. Nice. And so did I hear right that you had some ideas for what what you're going to put on the trading card? You have several to choose from?
Yeah, most definitely. If you want to take time to get into the shared folder that I added you to, I have the art for the trading cards there. I can't pick one because they're so good. As I said, and then there was a third choice there where it's Cobalt standing on the edge of a gargoyle with lightning coming behind him, kind of like an homage to the Batman mythos type. But that was done by WyzGyz Artworks on Instagram.
WyzGyz Artworks. All right. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let's watch the video real quick.
Yeah.
Oops. Damn, that's good.
That was put together by the WyzGyz.
Oh, yeah. WyzGyz does some great trailers.
Yeah, I was actually told to go to him because I started asking people. I was like, "Who can make a video in ComicsGate for me?" And everybody was immediately like, "WyzGyz, go to WyzGyz, WyzGyz."
Yeah, WyzGyz is awesome. I think the other big one is Ascension Studios.
Yeah,
Yeah, but definitely seems to
yeah,
be getting better and better. And
yeah.
the
I
music
reached
effects. Go ahead.
I reached out to Ascension, and he was busy like moving into his house or a new studio
Ah,
or something. So
gotcha.
I couldn't really snag him. But WyzGyz, he was ready and available. So I was like, let's go ahead and just get it going.
Sweet. Yeah, good choice. Uh, Dave says, I really dig it though. Yeah, that's fantastic work. Hey, welcome, El Gargoyle. Thanks for the eggplant.
Yeah, I gave him an LOL on that one. That was hilarious.
Yeah, very cool. Let me see. Wait for this notification to disappear. Yeah, get on the sign up list. Get on the early sign up because this is going to be a good one. Man, what the heck? What happens to my? Where do my? Oh, all right, here it is. So let's see. This is the Cobalt project.
Yes.
Oh man, I feel like I'm going to be browsing through secret files, like I'm going to discover the true identities of the Justice League.
Well, just stay away from the script and you'll be good.
All right. So where should we start?
We can start anywhere. We can go to characters. We can go to the first comic. We can go to trading cards. Wherever you want to go, I am happy to follow.
All right. So we got the characters: Anna Reyes,
Okay.
Cobalt. Oh, did you want to add anything to
No,
it?
keep going. You're good. When you have a question, I will be more than happy to answer it.
Cobalt Jesse Jensen. Hopefully it's not spoilery, but oh, maybe I should wait for the book. I was curious about how the hand comes together. I'm thinking like some sort of magnetism, but I love what WyzGyz did with the. Did he even do all that animation, or did you do some of the animation?
Oh, for the armor and everything come together?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. That was a guy off Instagram named Warwick Wong.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yeah, I had that put together a while back, and I just go to random artists. If I like what they're doing, I will ask them right off the bat, be like, "Hey, could you do this for me with my character?" And I don't care who or what. If I find your art or your style to be something that I think Cobalt would look good in, I'm coming to you.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I mean, it automatically, that combined with this image kind of makes me think action figure. And if you, this would probably be too complicated, but if you could get to where you make them magnetized and then you slap on the armor along the same lines, that would be so trippy. But then adults probably wouldn't get it for their kids because it would demagnetize their credit cards and stuff. You got Dozer. All right. I was when I saw the trailer, I thought at first that his name was Goon. So I was going, oh man, really? Kasim Almot.
Uh-huh. That's supposed to be Almont with a U, not a W. So I'll have to correct that.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
it's like, that's hot.
Yeah.
That's Mott. Thomas Rogers. Wait, why is Do these open up in full? Oh, all right.
Oh,
There.
yeah.
Now, is he literally missing his the rest of his right arm?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
He's missing his forearm. So Thomas Rogers is an ex-Navy SEAL. He lost it while he was on the battlefield, and he came back to Atlanta and started kind of like a therapy group for people who have gone through, trauma and deal with PTSD. And that's where Jesse met him. And he took a liking to Jesse right off the bat. He saw the anger that was in him. He could relate to it because he went through the same thing himself, But Thomas was able to let go and move forward. Jesse hadn't been able to do that yet, so Thomas is doing his best to try and guide him.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. And let's see. I'm still kind of new to navigating Google Drive. Oh, all right. There we go. It's okay to go into any of these folders except for script for Irwin, right?
Yeah, script and Ashcan, you don't really need to. There's nothing there for anybody, but
Oh, all right.
the other four, you're good.
All right, cool. So these are well, I don't want to spoil the book either. Is this?
No. This is the 7-page origin right here.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you can see that the art's different because I had a different artist on there. And you can find him on Facebook or Instagram. His name's Jacob Newell, Newell. And he was the first artist I got for a story for Cobalt specifically. And he did a beautiful job. Very clean, very, very great work, in my opinion. For my first story, I couldn't have found a better artist that I was happy with. If I could put that shot right there on like a trading card of like, I don't know, in the style of like Magic or Pokemon, I would totally do it.
Yeah. And have like a reflective or foil cover or finish.
Yeah, I believe ComicsGate should have their own like trading card game with the characters within ComicsGate. That's just me though. I don't know if that's gonna, come to fruition or anything, but I think it should take place.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Nova Blast has something in the works along those lines.
I need to get in touch with Nova Blast
and trying to build the game structure behind it,
right?
And keeping into consideration all the different power sets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My goodness. This looks good.
Yeah, Jacob was a blessing for this one. Because I didn't really know anything about different art styles. I just felt like if it didn't look like what I had grown up with, that it wasn't supposed to. Like, I grew up on, like, of course, like the regulars, like Batman, Superman, all that. And they're all clean, It's not like Hellboy or something else like that where it's real gritty with thick linings and very edgy and stuff like that. So, but when Jacob came up to me with such great art, I was like, "Can you help me out with this project?" And he obliged.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. The only problem with this panel is that it should be a supreme pizza instead of pepperoni.
Yeah, I would have liked that, or maybe just like a meat lovers.
Yeah, that would work too. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. All right, let's see. So how do I do this? I go back, and then I go here, then I go here, intro piece. Now, before we jump into that, let's check.
So these intro pieces are basically what you had already shown on the pre-launch page.
Oh, okay.
Just one's broken up to where it's only Warwick Wong's animation, and the other one's the full-fledged what WyzGyz did.
Welcome, Love Pigeon. Call.
What up, lovey-dovey?
El Gargoyle, you love a good eggplant. Who left the window open? Hey, Christine Venner, how's it going? Good to have you here. You did, Dave. There goes Dave, leaving the window open all the time. Damn it. I was hoping for a dove to come in. Call. Those characters are drawn really well.
Yeah, agreed.
That art is slick. Ooh. Hire me. I'll do a painting for a Magic style card.
Oh, who said that?
Love Pigeon.
I'll be in touch, Love Pigeon. Reach
out to Love Pigeon.
Yes, ruffle some feathers with Love Pigeon.
Cards back in the welcome, John from America. Cards back in the 90s or 80s of comic book X-Men characters. I know. I got some of those for my dad. Sweet. It's not a game show. Thank you for dropping links. Appreciate it. Yeah, it is cool.
Appreciate all the comments, fellas. That means a great deal to me.
So the Cobalt, Indiegogo, and so I'm sorry, say again, you got this one and you got the
one is just specifically Warwick Wan's animation that he did, like a little 10-second thing, and then the other one is, WyzGyz putting it all together for me.
All right, so the Cobalt Indiegogo is the full trailer?
Yeah.
Let's look at the commission piece here. That's neat.
Yeah. If I could have had it to where he like lunges at the camera at you at the very end and then splices out, that would have been sick.
Yeah. Do you think about that idea after the fact?
Oh, of course. All great ideas come right after you get done creating something.
And the way you put it together, was that how you envisioned it?
No, I just gave the art pieces and that animation to WyzGyz, and I was just like, there you go, do what you see fit, and man, delivered. All I can say, it was a hell of a video. Fell in love with it.
Yeah, but when you first got this commission piece.
Oh, from Warwick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's done a couple of animation pieces like this on his Instagram page, and he does a lot of Star Wars characters like that. He's got Darth Vader's armor and headpieces in millions of different pieces across the screen, and they all just come together magnetically like that, and then his lightsaber pops out. It's sick. I highly recommend you guys go check out Warwick Wong on Instagram and see if he can't do something for a character like you that you would like.
Is it WARRICK?
WONG.
All right. Instagram?
Yep. Yeah. I don't know the guy personally, but he does such great pieces. He does his own short stories. He's got a darker graphic Pokemon style story that he's been putting together, and it looks sick.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like Ash is much older. He lost an arm. Pikachu looks like she's been put through battle and hell, and then Charizard just looks like fucking badass, like any, fan art does Charizard now. I mean, it's really good.
Love Pigeon says it's a kick-ass looking book. The IGG campaign images are insane.
Appreciate it. I will let Erwin know.
Heck yeah, totally. WyzGyz does some great trailers. Truth.
Yeah. And I'm completely new to the whole ComicsGate and making your own indie comic and campaigns and stuff, and everybody's been so positive and like giving me structure and how to like deliver this campaign by myself. Everybody's been helping me try and find good printers to talk to, telling me how and when I need to like set certain dates for launching and whatnot. So everybody that I've ran into in ComicsGate is totally against what everybody tries to say they are in media, so if anybody ever asks me about ComicsGate, I'm going to say everything that you hear negative is horseshit.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the first things people usually do when they first hear about us is they do a Wikipedia search.
ComicsGate has a Wikipedia?
Yeah, it says something to the effect these are hate-mongering white supremacists who side with the Illuminati and are homophobic and all kinds and hate women, all kinds of crazy garbage like that. And
oh yeah, that's accurate. Comic book nerds hate women. Yeah, that is totally accurate.
My counter as to why it's so inaccurate on Wikipedia is, everyone here is just too busy creating great comics to want to waste the time trying to update a Wikipedia entry.
That's right.
That's pretty sweet. I like the look of the armor and stuff too.
So that cover piece is by Max Bertolini, the one that's worked with Dark Horse and others.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. He's great. He actually had his own campaign up on Kickstarter called Hangar 66.
Hangar 66.
Yeah, and it's awesome. It was badass. Has to do a lot with like futuristic style tanks and stuff that kind of look like a mix between Star Wars. I don't want to get that wrong. And
Between Star Wars and what? You cut out briefly.
Like his style, kind of like for his machines, like his tanks and whatnot, kind of have a similar vibe to like the AT&Ts or AT-ATs for Star Wars and stuff. But it's really great.
Nice.
He's got some great art.
The man, you can see all his freaking veins in his arms.
Yeah.
Talk about detail. And the hair, wow.
Yeah, he delivered.
These batons he uses, do they double as like space age shotguns?
No, that's just how Max made him hold the Tonfa this time around. So Cobalt wields two Tonfas, which are kind of like 90s style police billy clubs. They have,
right,
that extra handle out the side. But these are more like a high-tech style of Tonfa. So it has a little bit of gadgetry to it that you'll see within the comics. You get a little bit of it in the first few pages of the comic I'm creating now, and then it'll unfold into being able to do more in the next few issues, because you don't want to give everything away in the first issue.
Yep, that's for sure.
Christine, I've had that comment about Wolverine before. His arms look like Wolverine arms. That's okay.
ComicsGate is a topless hat group, and in some cases bottomless. No. You forgot the deep state cult wise, guys. Oh yeah. We're involved in deep state as well. Devilish. Apparently, I'm an internalized misogynist. And then if you incorporate the Phantom Menace side, we're misogynistic man babies who live in our mother's basements.
Somebody better tell my mom. I
uh,
would love that free rent.
that's true. That cover is great. Love the fox on the end comics logo. Yeah, I like that logo too.
So there's a San Diego-based independent comic creator group called Accidental Aliens. They're the ones that help put together the Super Able anthology. But their artist Emily Rocha helped make that logo for me.
Oh wow, cool. Speaking of logos, another good logo creator, Zevius. He's done a lot of logo work. I guess that might be one of his main profession. And I think he's also a freelance artist. But he does a lot of logos for CG properties. I think he might have been the one behind was it Wreck Planet or Warts and All? I forget who, but it's XEVIUSS on Twitter.
I'll look him up.
Yeah, he's really, really nice. He's a cool guy. Wolverine, sharing the love. That's a sweet cover.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. I would love to make that like a blown up poster.
Hope that's not contagious. Yeah, that would make a good poster. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. How's everybody feel about metal prints these days? Is it just too much to worry about doing a metal print? Do people rather have like the 11x17 arts?
Is that where the image is literally printed or sublimated onto metal?
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to display it on your wall, you put self-adhesive magnets on the wall and then you stick it to it.
Yeah.
It's, from my experience, it's still kind of new to ComicsGate. I think it's starting to garner some interest. I'm not sure if anyone has, actually, there might be one or two campaigns that might have included one, but I'm not coming up with one off the top of my head right now.
Yeah. They are a bit pricey. Christine's right. They are a bit pricey, but when I was at Dragon Con in Atlanta at Artist Alley, there were a couple booths that had metal prints, and not just by 11x17. I mean like IMAX poster size of 20x40s and stuff like that.
Wow.
And those things were way expensive, but they were so beautiful.
Oh, I bet.
God. They just give that shine to the art piece. It just looks laminated. It's got that gloss. I mean, when the light hits them right, they're just beautiful. You could stare at them for hours.
Oh man, I bet. Yeah, I'm a big fan and collector of movie posters. 24x36 is the dimensions I dig. But because of costs and the cost of shipping a separate sturdy tube, most creators don't do that. On your first campaign, I would not recommend going metal print because it's just going to add more to the budget. But maybe in a subsequent campaign, it might be cool. That's cool. Foxes are not used enough. I have a family of foxes living on the edge of the field next to my house. The kids are so sweet.
Yeah, the last time I saw foxes used for anything were, of course, Star Fox, and then that yellow fox, like the 5th generation of the Digimon TV show.
I love them, but they come a bit pricey. If I have the money, I love them. Yeah. Metal bookmarks and trading cards are pretty sweet too. Yeah. I own some trading cards that have kind of a metallic look to them.
Yeah, they're called metal prints. So you can actually order them at Walmart at the Photoshop
You
area,
can.
and
Wow.
they come at 11 by 17, and for them to be sent to you,
Oh.
like sent to the store and whatnot, they're like $40, but they're oh yeah, they're expensive. I said that, but they are beautiful pieces if you're willing to shell out a little bit of dough.
Those are 11 by 17 pieces?
Yeah.
All right. Do they actually make physical metal cards that are like, what is it, 2 inches by 3 inches?
Like trading cards?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look into that, but I've seen metal bookmarks and the metal like poster prints. I think I'm going to start saying that to clarify metal poster prints.
RT Bear had them on sheet, didn't he? I don't remember him having any. He had metallic looking. Hold on. He had metallic looking bookmarks, and I think it might have also had metallic prints.
Are you about to pull one out?
Well, I was going to show you this one.
Oh, okay. I was like, if he has one on the ready, I'm going to be psyched.
Oh,
that's pretty good.
It doesn't do it justice. It's really pretty.
Is that supposed to be a geisha or?
Yeah, it's actually his character, she. This was part of the Return of the Warrior campaign.
Oh, I like she. She is good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an IP from years ago that he brought back and is continuing her further adventures now that she's older and has her own daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty sweet. I can't think of any physical metal print that I've gotten from any of the campaigns I've backed yet.
Okay. Maybe I'll be the first. Hey.
Could be. Yep. Yes, Tucci. Oh, Tucci released a metal print. I've heard on and off in streams about the interest in doing them, but I haven't seen anyone offer one on a campaign that I can think of. I might be forgetting. Yeah, I saw a campaign yesterday with a set of 6 metal trading cards.
That's insane.
Wow.
That's expensive as hell.
Trying to think of whose it was. Wait, do you mean foil/metallic covering or a card made of metal? Wow, metal.
That's insane.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to look up them people's.
There's oh shoot, why am I blanking? There's a creator I had on my show before that I'm pretty sure does metal prints from home. He's got the gear, and he also does bottle openers.
Oh, that's cool.
And one of these days when I get my project off the ground, I want to reach out to him for his services, because I definitely want to do bottle openers, but if I can afford to do metal prints, oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
Wicked.
Heavy metal. There's a company that does poster size metal prints called Display. Oh yeah. The Quartering has them as a sponsor on his channel. I remember him advertising Display. I don't. In the little preview video, I thought they were like all 8x10s, but I never did enough research to check out the poster size ones. But yeah, they've got I think they've got Marvel and DC characters on them.
Okay.
So really cool. Do they print? Do they print up to A3 size? Oh, they do print up to A3 size, but they are pricey. You can get smaller ones and make a collage out of them. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Just
I like
attach
that.
them by magnets. You can do those cool pieces of artwork where you have a full-size image, the final image, but they're all composed of separate pieces. And then
Yeah.
you put a little, when you display them on your wall, put a little, like an inch or 2 inches of space between each of the panels. I think that kind of stuff is really cool.
Yeah, I would love to make that splash page of him being over engaged as like a metal piece or a canvas.
Oh, yeah. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Where did my thingamajigger go? Oh, here it is. All right.
Thanks for the link.
Mm-hmm. And let's see here. So we got some interiors. The interiors are going to be colored, right? Or is it all going to be black and white inside?
I think for the first campaign, I should do just the colors, but I totally would want to do both black and whites and colors. But I want to make sure that I get, the proper funding to do coloring first, and then make maybe black and whites as a goal down the line.
Oh, interesting. That's like kind of the reverse of what.
I always had the vision of it being in color, no matter what. I understand that black and whites are less costly to print, but I mean, I never questioned whether it was going to be black and white or colors. I always had colors on the mind, so that's what I'm going to go with.
That's cool. Yeah. And these colors are so cool. It really does look like watercolors, and the lighting of the city is kind of reminiscent of Las Vegas.
Yeah. So Atlanta in this style, it became a very robust capital, and then of course the outskirts. After you start throwing money at the center of the city, everything else at the outskirts starts falling apart. So that's where the Thrashers hang out, is at this old beat up club on the outskirts of Atlanta. And I want to show that like the different levels of the city have different uh, workings within cyberpunk. So like the fancier items will of course be inner Atlanta, and then all the like junk pieces or scrap pieces are on the outskirts. So you'll see that differing look as you go into the city.
Man, you got a lot of pieces to share.
Just the difference between the black and white and the colors. So, I mean, you don't have to go through all of them. You can just look at whatever catches your eye.
Yeah, I was just going through. Oh, wow. Whoa, wait a minute. That almost looks like an old that diner. Looks kind of like an old McDonald's back in the day.
I'm telling you, man, if you pull up a picture of Varsity in Atlanta, Georgia, you'll see the similarities between the two. But yeah, I was definitely going to give a throwback to that diner. They have at the diner in Atlanta, they have this freeze drink called the FO. It's basically like an orange soda frosty. It is.
Oh,
It is so good.
oh man, yeah,
Now my mouth is watering for one.
yeah, same. It's like the orange cream sodas.
Oh yeah.
Stewart's makes a killer orange cream soda. Oh man, yeah, that's jeez, this is good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. So that was that one. Is
We
it
don't
okay?
need to go. We don't need to go too far down the line because we don't want to give everything away. But,
Yeah. All right. So we should probably keep trading card ideas a secret.
oh no, these are the 3 that I'm trying to pick from that I threw up on my Twitter account. So
Oh, okay.
you can show those 3. So that one's by Albert De La Cruz, or Art of Bert. He has his little logo down there in the corner. I always want anybody that does a piece for me to throw their insignia or their logo on the piece.
That's cool. Wolverine.
But yeah, you can. That's Esmeralda behind Cobalt.
Everyone, let's do an informal poll and let us know in chat which one you think, which one you like the most for a trading card. Let's call this 1. Here's 2. Yeah, that's like the Batman-esque.
Yeah, so that one was done by Bagus Artworks on Instagram. He does a lot of like chibi style and just a lot of anime style stuff. So if you like blow up this image right here, you'll see Cobalt isn't really doesn't look a lot like Jesse. He looks like he's, you know, of a different color.
He almost looks Asian.
Yeah.
But nowadays, according to cancel culture, it's white supremacist. So he looks kind of white supremacist.
I don't need that shit in my life.
Man, I love the lightning too. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that would be a good metal print piece if I was to do one.
Yeah.
That lightning on a glossy metal, that'd be lit.
So that's 2.
Yeah.
And here's 3. Oh, dang.
Yeah, that's Max Bertolini right there.
Wow.
So this was going to be the actual cover for Thrashing About, but I wanted like the bust of a hero pose, you know.
Okay.
I didn't like how he was covering his armor and with the tampas up above instead of being against the forearm. So I was like, I do love it. It's a great piece, but it wasn't what I was looking for. And so he quickly came up with the cover that we see now that's on the campaign. So this was definitely going to be either a trading card or a metal print.
Did you happen to have him do a version of this, but with the tampas bracing his forearms, just to see?
No,
see the pose and everything.
No, I don't think Max does line art. I think he just goes at it, because if you look at that, I don't see any lines. I just see colors. So I don't know if he's outlining with the colors he's going to use and then goes back and like fills it in, but I do not see any actual lines on this piece. I don't know how he does it.
Wow.
There's no, I mean, I might not be able to see it with my eyeballs. I'm not the artistic guy, but what I see is a lot of like blending going on.
Yeah, it looks like blending. It appears to be an outline right here of black, but you know, even when you do have outlines, you can overlap it with another layer or another color.
Okay, that might have been what he did then.
But it's still pretty sweet. Yeah, but I mean, I'm just trying to picture this in the same pose, but with the tampas against his forearms. like what I think you were describing.
Yeah.
And it would still look cool that way too. It would look cool either way. So this is 3. This is 2. And this is 1. What do y'all think is the best in terms of what would you pick for your ideal trading card?
I'm seeing that 3 is good for a trading card, but 2 is good for a medal.
It would make a good medal, wouldn't it? Yeah. Of the 2, I like number 2. But what about the 3? Yeah.
3, what do you like?
Yeah. Out of 3, which one do you like? Welcome, Nefarious. I love that purple, Christine says. Yeah.
There's only 3 right now. I definitely want to see if I'll see if Irwin wants to make a trading card, and then I'll come back down the line with it. But
just when you thought of it, you were done choosing.
No, I have no problem like just getting any kind of artist on Cobalt. The more people that do it, that means the more people see it.
I think unless number 3 blows me away, I'm not voting for number 2.
Yeah.
Let's see. I know really it's pretty easy to grab my attention with purple lighting. Oh, damn, that's sweet too. Okay, 3 is probably the best for a trading card. 2, definitely for metal chromium. I think I'm sold on number 2, though. That's so great.
Yeah.
3 looks so good. His use of light is excellent. Yeah. I still love number 3, but number 2 is so atmospheric.
So if we all agree that 1 needs to be a trading card and the other needs to be a metal print, we need to figure that one out. So is number 2 going to be the metal print and 3 is the trading card, or vice versa? Or do you just want 1 to be both?
I know what you mean. The line work isn't bold black, but it's there. My artist uses a similar, mostly color. It looks like it was painted style. Yeah, it's a very nice style.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 is a great card. Yeah, 2 is my favorite. I may be off in saying this, but this kind of almost gives me it kind of reminds me of like an Appleseed style of art.
Yeah.
So I'm really digging this. I think I also, because I like his gloves so much.
I think probably because that this is the more comic book-esque out of the 3.
Yeah.
Which I can totally understand that too. I want the backers to get what they want, and so that's why I'm throwing it out there to them.
Yeah. I like number 1 a lot, and I think it would make for a good poster.
Definitely. Yeah, with the person that essentially created Cobalt right behind them. Yeah, I think that's a sick little theme right there.
Man, this is cool. Oh man, yeah, it's a tough decision there.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, number 2 metal print, number 3 for trading card.
All right.
Number 1 strikes me as a cover or a poster, really.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can definitely see that.
Nefarious agrees with Christine, and the first image for standard issue cover looks very good. That's pretty sweet. Trouble with me is purple is my favorite color alongside green. So number 1 color scheme doesn't hit me the same way.
Hey, it just makes that image more radiant, man. I totally understand.
Indeed. So yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. Let me see here. And I think that's everything on the project site.
Yeah.
Yep. We cover that. Nice, nice. Let me see here. How many pages did you say this would be?
This is going to be 32 pages long. That doesn't include a thank you page. That doesn't include any like what do you call it? Promotion pages for other comics. Because I would like to do that. I would like to make a perk where somebody can put in a promotional page for their own comic within this comic.
Oh, wow.
I would just advise everybody to be smart about it and see where this comic comes out versus when they plan on either launching it or actually having it out already.
So you're talking actual promotional pages for other people's books?
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
Wow.
Be like after you're in there looking at my stuff, you know how like they used to do, well, they still do in comic books now. After you're done like reading, I don't know, 8 pages, suddenly they'll have this like advertisement in there instead of an advertisement for crap that you really don't essentially want. How about somebody else's campaign that you can suddenly take a look at?
Hmm. So are you thinking about selling ad pages then?
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm. That's an interesting idea. uh,
Until somebody actually tells me that's a bad idea, I'm gonna go forward with it.
yeah, I didn't. To my knowledge, nobody does that yet. But at first, when you brought it up, I thought you were doing promotional pages for your upcoming projects. But that's an interesting idea, selling ad space.
Yeah, for others, hell yeah, we're in this together, right? Do it.
Indeed. Let's see. Purple's my favorite color. Number 3 is excellently rendered, but I'm not a fan of the pose.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the pose either, but it's still a beautiful piece that I think needs to get the love that it does deserve love. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I like them all. Dave the politician. uh, when are you planning on dropping the book?
So at the beginning of this stream, we were talking about when I was planning on pushing it out, which I wanted to launch in February. You know, I wanted to get I started the pre-launch page on New Year's, and I was just going to do that for January, and I was going to like I really am. I'm going on Twitter. I'm just bugging the shit out of anybody that I know streams, and I'm just like, hey, you want to help? Hey, you want to help? So I became that nagging little kid while you're trying to eat your dinner. So that's how I'm going about it. It might be frowned upon, but that's all I got right now.
Yeah, get your name out there somewhere.
Yeah. But so I'm doing the pre-launch all of January, and I wanted to launch in February, but everybody is launching in February, and I just don't want uh, that trouble of trying to get somebody else to back me when they want to back another, and with that taking place on everybody in February, I was like, maybe I'll wait till March, maybe in April, even April, and I really don't want to wait until April. I really want it to be February, but I will go to March if I have to, just so I don't have to worry about everybody else in the pool. But you know, I believe I believe Simon Pothier. I believe what universe is it that he's about to launch in February?
Tales from the Netverse.
Yes, Tales from the Nap. That's coming up in February. I want to back it. I want others to back it. So I don't want to go in at the same time somebody else that I want to help promote, you know, lose a backer because they're suddenly backing me or they're backing somebody else. Even though I'm quickly learning that this is you got to focus on yourself at one point and make it happen. But at the same time, I want to support everybody else at the same time.
Right. I hear that.
So, but yes, February is looking like it will be the launch month. If not, definitely March. So February, March is when I'm launching.
Okay. Promo pages sound cool. That's a good idea. Everyone's launching in February, but that is very soon. Yeah, I know. I'm not used to people's pre-launches only lasting like a month.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Law literally just said it. How long till after the campaign that the book is actually in people's hands?
I wouldn't want it any less than, let's see, if I'm launching in March, I wouldn't want it to go any further out than June. I would want you to have your book by June.
Wow. That's an aggressive schedule. Um,
I got to deliver, man. I don't have the leeway of like some of these big guys like John Malin or Ethan Van Sciver or even Frege. I don't have that. I feel like since I'm a little bit smaller, I have to deliver on time, or at least in a punctual manner. I can't be like, hey guys, back this project. By the way, haven't even started it. Might start it 8 months from now, but go ahead and back me now. I don't have any weight to do that. So I believe as a newcomer, I have to deliver it on time in a timely manner.
That's a good point too, because you're trying to build your reputation as quickly as you can, and one of the best ways to build a reputation is by delivering on a product that you crowdfunded.
Exactly.
I still got a massive list of books I need to back, but can't afford to yet. Stupid COVID. Yeah, I agree.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, me 3. I went hard and heavy my first year in ComicsGate.
Yeah.
So I'm at 189 backings.
Wow.
But at the cost of being broke right now. So I presently can't back anything. So to try and make up for it, I'm doing heavy promotion of other people's campaigns.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I only started getting into the indie comic thing after Super Able took place. And then I ran into EVS and his channel, Pro Artist Secrets. And then I ran into Mark Crilly, who does his own videos of like how to create comics. And then of course the Barton brothers and Rob and all them. And then I started seeing when people would start coming over to ComicsGate, like Dan Frege and Adam Post and others. And I was just like, there's some weight to ComicsGate. I'm going to actually take a look at what they got going on. And
Yeah.
I've loved everything that I've seen come out.
There's also Art T. Bear, Vinny Tartamella, Graham Nolan, Silvestri.
Oh yeah, Silvestri.
You got enough room on those books for those books on your shelves, Dave? Yeah, quick turnaround is great. Getting a lot of it done before launch is the best way to achieve that. Yeah.
Most definitely.
You can never be too ahead of the game. So if you were to cite a percentage of the way you are through completing production, how far would you say you are?
Through production to get an actual, like, ready for it to be off to the printers?
Yes.
I would say during the actual campaign launch, if I see that the funds are almost there, I'll immediately send it to the printer and just take it out of my money so it'll be ready.
So in terms of like, I presume you already have the story planned out for the first several issues
Most
least.
definitely, yeah.
And like, how much of the, say, pencils, inks, colors, and lettering do you have done?
And all of that just for this first issue. I don't I created the arc for the story, the 4 issues. I have the story laid out in a notebook, and let me tell you, all those pages are full of pencil. And but I haven't gotten any other artists to work on those yet. I'm only going to work on one after the other. Otherwise, I feel like that's just going to be too much on my plate.
Mm-hmm.
I want to focus on one campaign at a time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
One piece of the story at a time, because you honestly you can miss something and all of that if you're trying to focus on all of it in one go.
Yeah, I mean in terms of Cobalt specifically, though,
Mm-hmm.
have you started on the pencils, inks, and colors, or do you right now just have like concept art completed?
No, all those pages that you've shown are the pages that are completed. I just need to get the letterer to
Oh,
put the bubbles on them.
okay, nice. Uh, let's see here. Also, it's important if you're going to be offering collaborative ad space, as said earlier, the book has to be reliably delivered in a timely manner.
Exactly. So it has to do with me delivering in a timely manner for those promotions to actually mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then that also has to work with the recreator taking the necessary time to be like, hey, I want to promote my book within your book. So
Yeah.
that also has to do with when you're launching, when are you wanting to actually start promoting it. And so that's definitely a two-way street when it comes to getting a promotional piece on a page.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness. Dave has separate shelves for the comics. That's important. I love CG, so many different themes and ideas, and the chance to get to know the creators is awesome. Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts about it all.
Oh yeah.
Wait, did I miss something about Mark Silvestri and CG? Now, I might be, maybe I'm talking out my butt, but I thought he was CG. I'll have to go back to my stream and find out for sure when I had him on my show. Oh wait, did I have him on my show? Oh, crap. Too many creators. I'm losing track. I thought I did. I thought I had him on my show. I thought he was CG.
Silvestri.
I better don't.
Silvestri's he's gonna get an email saying, dude, you're CG, and he's gonna be like, what?
Oh no. Is that WyzGyz fella? It's his fault.
You're like, who said that?
Why am I suddenly being canceled?
Oh god.
What the frick?
You just ruined somebody's livelihood.
Oh, damn it. Damn it. Oh, shoot. I just screwed up bad. This is going to be like on the latest headline now. Crap.
Oh shit.
Oh man. Humana. Let me beep 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 beep. You know what? I don't think I ever had him on my channel.
Oh man.
Oh man. It looks like it's screwed up.
The tweets are already out. The tweets are already out, man.
Yeah, someone likely is taking my video out of context at this very moment. And oh man, if he gets canceled, then I'm going to be canceled. And well, I'm on my way to being canceled anyway.
What? For what?
Oh, Twitter and political posts.
Oh, I thought we were all just moving over to Parlor at that point.
And for being associated with ComicsGate and Phantom Menace. Oh my gosh. I backed Silvestri's book, but I never did have him on my channel, unfortunately.
Oh, speaking of, yesterday I checked my mail and I just got my copy of Hexer Dusk.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty wicked.
Nice. I backed it. All right. I backed his campaign for, I think it was called Rough Sketch. And it had all kinds of artwork. It was talking about his art career. And I backed this tier that where he did a sketch of Boba Fett because he was responsible for doing Boba Fett in the Star Wars holiday special.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did Boba Fett. I think he even designed how he would look in the cartoon and the animation clips. And so I got a sketch of his. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, it's really sweet.
Yeah.
How proactive. I see you're always thinking ahead, Bristolian Dave. I just ordered 4 more comic boxes.
Holy shit.
Oh, man. He's big time, man.
Yeah.
Dave, we're counting on you having room for when we drop our collector's bundles. It's true, though. Even if he was never on the show, WyzGyz CGU. I got a ComicsGate award for CG UK.
Oh, wow.
So he's an authority. His word is law. Oh, shit. Marcus now CG in the world is never happier. Oh, crap. What have I caused? Oh, man. They have removed Parler from the Apple devices, and Google Play is no longer hosting it. Neither is Amazon. So it might be over for Parler or Parlay.
This is just ridiculous.
It is. I think they've got some backup plan in the works, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's without being on Google and Apple's platforms, it's going to be really tough. But the other one I'm hearing things about is Gab, Gab.
Yeah.
So I got to take some time out and create an account there too. There's several alternate platforms to replace Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, but I'm not yet set up on all those sites yet.
Like I used to watch a lot of Joe Rogan on YouTube, and then Spotify gave him a deal, right? And I tried watching a couple of his podcasts from Spotify. He's not as adamant as he used to be. Almost like they're limiting what he's allowed to, say.
Like he's compromised.
Yeah, most definitely.
It seems like there were reports saying that a number of his older content was removed or is hidden or is not being uploaded, which is unfortunate.
Most definitely. I loved watching some of those podcasts.
Yeah, they can be entertaining and informative.
Oh, yeah.
Gab was killed a long time ago. Don't bother. I don't know. I saw some posts in some DM groups that say Gab's. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Wait, what's Gab?
It's like a Twitter alternative.
Oh, okay.
They shared a little something from Gab.com.
Yeah, Darkstar said Gab is picking up.
Gab.com did a post that says, I don't know if it was a Twitter post or what, but it says, we have 10 new servers arriving today and more in the mail coming over the next week. Remember, we own our own bare metal. It's not just clicking on a button. It takes some time to get things going, moving fast. 12 million visits in the past 12 hours. Exploding growth right now. Patience. Smiling face. Yeah, 12 million visits in 12 hours. I can't even imagine what it would be like if 12 million visitors visited my YouTube channel. Hint,
Might be time to get some stock in there.
hint, hint, wink, wink. Stripe pulled its payment processing support. For Parlay? Is that right? Stripe. I'm not familiar enough about Stripe. I don't really hear them in the news at all. They would have to go to just web hosting, or they could create their own app download page, but Apple is likely to do something to prevent its devices from using it. Geez, that would suck. Gab is picking up. Was pretty shocked to hear that Apple removed Parlay from Pulse phones without permission from the owners, though. That sucks. I bet they better not do that on my phone.
And just with the way everything's been going on, man, who knows exactly how limited everything's going to get.
I wonder if wait, hold on. Google app. Oh, Google owns Android, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So it's
At least
off.
they have a contract with them.
It's off the Google Play Store too, isn't it?
Yeah. I tried downloading Parler and it was nowhere to be found.
Jeez.
Which Parler could actually use a little bit of tweaking, so you could actually like promote pictures and links at the same time, because it's a little faulty in that area.
Some of these alt platforms are not nearly as intuitive as the ones we use now, so that's part of the challenge. People making the effort to learn how to use these other platforms. Its membership numbers might be swelling, but cloud hosting is expensive, and without monetization, you can't continue hosting.
Interesting.
So without Stripe letting people pay subscriptions through e-commerce, Gab won't come back. Well, I mean, don't places like Parlay and Gab use alternate means, like work directly with credit card companies to make credit debit card transactions available or stuff like that? I could be wrong. Could you send a couple million of those visitors over to my channel? That's a Bristolian. Lol, I trust you'll send the runoff our way, right, Dave? I still have it on my phone and it's working on Android, but most of the content has gone. Wow. Most of the content has gone? Do you mean within Parlay, or do you mean content as in the actual apps listed on the App Store? Google Play. Is that what their app store is called? I think it's called Google. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's Google Play.
Okay, all right. We should not be shocked by anything these liberal tyrants are doing. They spent 4 years encouraging, harassing Trump supporters, and spend months encouraging riots and looting their criminals. That's true. Oh, welcome, what about? What these companies are doing is just capitalism. They were allowed to get so big that no one can rein them in.
I mean, that's with any big time company, though. I mean, shit.
Credit cards have companies that process online transactions for them to create a liability gap between seller and credit card company. For most of the internet, that's Stripe. Oh. So I guess they're more the facilitator. They're like behind the scenes that doesn't have to be out in the open in terms of branding. Yeah, without Parlay, a lot of accounts are gone. Oh man, jeez. We don't want you on Twitter, it goes to Parlay. No, you can't have your own platform either. Oh, jeez.
He hit the nail on the head with that one.
It's like, where do you go when you want to?
Man, that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, they're trying to pigeonhole you into nothingness. I mean,
they're either trying to big brother you or they don't want you to be able to do anything, period.
It makes you wonder if one of these days they're going to go so far that they drive you off social media altogether and we go back to, having close. What was that?
I said, that's the ultimate plan, ain't it?
Well, perhaps, but at the same time, being off of social media might encourage people to get real again and, stay off of their phones and tablets and go back to building strong family relationships.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. There's this thing that I still have to do a lot of research on called the Great Reset. And that's supposed to, I guess, be an attempt to take down the internet or
at least make it more fashion to what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
Which good luck with that, because the internet's a huge place.
Yeah.
You would have to go into a lot of dark corners to try and get that done.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And the facilitator not processing those credit card transactions, then nobody can pay you even if they want to.
Dave said no viable alternative at the moment. It's the best place to advertise campaigns, YouTubes, and anything else.
Dave's not leaving Twitter. They will have to remove me themselves. I mean, I'm kind of the same thought. I'm not presently planning on leaving voluntarily.
Okay, Nefarious said he wants some escapism from all this. Let's get out of this little Debbie Downer.
Yeah, really. Let me see.
Right back up.
Let me just catch up on this. Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
That's basically all I do with Twitter is just talk about other people's campaigns or just bug the shit out of you with my own.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's often how I find about new campaigns too. That and interestingly enough, I as a promoter myself, I often rely on other promoters to help me find, the latest campaigns because it's hard to keep track of the growth,
It really is. There's so much out there right now. Everybody's wanting to get a piece of the big old pie, but I mean, it's a good pie to be part of trying to get.
Yeah. And there are people out there willing to back and support these projects. There really are.
I'm checking my pre-launch dashboard right now on Indiegogo for Cobalt, and so far, 10 days in, I have 40 signups. So if you're out there and you've signed up, thank you very much.
Yeah. If you haven't already, be sure and sign up. Do you have laid out, have you already planned out what kind of tiers you want to have on it?
Oh, of course. I really just, when it comes to the PDFs, I really just want to make that a bundle with an actual physical copy, but I don't know how people feel about that. Do they want their own perk just to be a PDF and then just make one that's a PDF and a physical copy?
There are a number of backers, especially Wait, where are you based again?
What do you mean?
Where are you based geographically?
Tennessee.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So
No doxing.
people, yeah, of course. People internationally will tend to, well, some will tend to jump at the digital version alone because it helps them avoid the high shipping costs. Because sometimes on campaigns, the shipping costs will exceed the cost of the book, which is kind of backwards.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to fund somebody down in Australia, down there in the down under.
Yeah, shipping to Australia seems to be even higher than it is to the UK, at least from what I've heard. And then, yeah. Um, and in terms of offering it to physical book backers, I mean, I imagine people are into that, but I wouldn't know. I'm uh, I'm one of those old fogies who's into the physical.
You and me both.
I like to be able to feel and smell and, dart
Yeah.
my eyes back and forth wherever I want easily.
Yeah, I have
And-
a bookshelf, and there is space to be filled.
Nice. Yeah, my experience with digital comics has always been bad. Having to do the finger gestures to zoom in and out, to, you know, hit a back button, a forward button, and not easily be able to check back on a previous panel or page easily
Yeah.
or quickly. That really bugs me. So, and the other thing is, even if I'm offered and provided a link to a digital copy of a book, there's like a 99% chance I won't even bother reading it.
I hear you.
That's just me, though. Let's see. Yeah, not all of us have a complete series of Knight Rider to watch. I don't have that either, but I'm thinking about getting it. I've always found PDF level rewards a good ground floor because shipping. Yep. 41 signups now. Wink.
Appreciate it. Thank you kindly.
But I never buy the PDF digital tier only. I don't either.
I don't. I'm old school like you, man. I want a physical copy. I want that new, crisp page in my hand. I want my greasy little nubs to get my own prints all over it.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I want it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Hold on one moment.
You good?
Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, one moment. I gotta take this.
All right, you take it.
Be right back.
No problem. All right, guys, hit me up on the live chat so I know where to lead this thing. Is there a good way to contact you directly on social media? You can get me on Twitter. You can get me on Instagram. I have 2 accounts on each one. They're Bionic_bruh, and they're TaleEndStudio. You need to send a picture of that and post it on Twitter. That way we can check it out, Dave. But yeah, Cobalt. It's been a fun ride, man. It's my first time actually getting to like collaborate with other artists, and it's been a great time. I can't. I don't see myself stopping Cobalt anytime soon, unless I just do poorly with the campaigns and promoting it myself, and then I'll have nobody else to blame but me at that point. But it's been good. I did just get my Hexter desk back. I really don't care if it's on Indiegogo or Kickstarter. Does anybody really have a preference about that? Because I've backed about 12 campaigns on a Kickstarter and then like 12 or 13 on Indiegogo. The reason it's such a small quantity is because I just started backing campaigns back in 2018 when I started trying to do it myself. Have I done books before this? Just Super Abled Comics. You can actually find the Instagram page or Twitter account and see that it was an anthology that included my 7-page origin story of Cobalt. So it was 6 limb different creators who were either born with a congenital disorder or had lost a limb in an accident in some kind of natural disaster. And we came together and made this anthology for kids who were growing up with limb difference so they could have characters that could emulate what they've gone through so they would have somebody to relate to. That was done back in, we started getting it together in 2018, and then we launched in 2019, I believe April, and then we had the books out and about in June. I don't do Kickstarter. I don't like the way Kickstarter don't take all the money when I back. I also don't like their website. That's Christine. I get that. I understand that. I haven't had an issue with. I guess that's not something that I've actually looked into. I guess I need to. I am the writer of Cobalt. That's all I can do. If I tried to draw Cobalt, you get a stick figure with a square box as armor. I wrote the 7-page origin story for the Super Able anthology, and this campaign is my second go at being a writer for Cobalt. I've done a little bit of writing here, of course, in high school and in college, but nothing really came to fruition. It was just for the classes I took, but I always really enjoyed it. Just being able to be silent and getting your own thoughts of your fantasy or whatever you have bubbling up in there, and just putting it on pages for others to kind of give their opinion on or enjoy themselves. I've always been fascinated with that. And Nefari says, I was going to ask that too. There's definitely a CG stigma associated with Indiegogo, but is there a reverse stigma? Do Indiegogo baggers not back Kickstarter? I'm for either one, honestly. Like, there's Palmiotti on Kickstarter. I don't know how everybody feels about him. I really don't want to get on that. I don't want to limit myself to great content either way. But Palmiotti has this Kickstarter campaign going called Pop Kill, and it's about 2 different soda companies like battling it out, and they're brothers that run the companies. So they're trying to outdo one another with trying to make their company the number one, and a bunch of death and stuff takes place. It's very James Bondish style spy detective stuff. It's very cool. I've got both books on Pop Kill, and a third is about to come out. I know Tucci released his most recent on both. She on both. That's cool. I mean, if you can get both of them to support it, why not? Yeah, Jimmy Palmiotti. That's who I'm talking about. Christine says, I like to know that when I back, the money is gone so I can just sit back and wait for my books. All the hassle of having to pay for shipping later on, which can be higher than expected. Yeah, I'm hearing that one a lot lately. But if it does, I don't really see two ways about it, because if the campaign doesn't get funded, that means that the money comes back to me and I can go directly into funding somebody else. I don't see that as a losing situation, other than you don't get the book that you were expecting to back and hopefully be successful. But other than that, I don't see a problem with it. I don't use Kickstarter because of the not taking money straight away. And yeah, okay, now I see where you guys are coming from, because they don't take it out immediately. It waits until the campaign like ends and then takes it, which at that point, that money might not even be in your funds. Yeah, I totally get that. I agree with that. I hate that. If I'm backing something, go ahead and take my money and just get it out of my pocket. Bookkeeping skills. Yeah, I let my PayPal account be my bookkeeping. Oh, this is what I spent here and there. Okay, cool. That's basically how I'm doing my bookkeeping. Just go back and look at my PayPal recent activity.
Howdy.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that. It looks like you knocked out all these questions.
Oh yeah.
By Book Plus, although tier rewards are cool, my level of pledge has not to date been affected by stretch goals. I don't back digital, but I often get it within the physical tier I back. Yeah, there are creators out there that give you the digital copy as well. But I need to hold my comics, so although I have digital copies, I don't use them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a good way to contact you directly on social media?
Yep. I already answered that one for him.
Yeah.
Yep. You can get me at Bionic Bruh, or you can get me at TaleEndStudio, both on Twitter and Instagram, 2 accounts.
Bruh. If you've seen my physical media collection, you get a sense of how I feel about digital. Have you done books before this? Yeah, that was your super able.
Yeah, super able.
I don't do Kickstarter. I don't like the way Kickstarter don't take all my money when I back. I also don't like their website. I agree with that. I'm in the same boat. Excuse me. Yeah, are you the writer? I'm currently writing a few things myself. Got a little part in an upcoming book I can't share yet. Nice. I got a couple stories I hope to make into books. Cool.
What? You're telling me about it, but you can't share any of it? How dare you? Get my hopes up.
He's whetting your appetite.
Yeah, definitely. Well, give my whistle something to get. Come on now.
He's teasing you. I was going to ask that too. There's definitely a CG stigma associated with Indiegogo, which isn't a bad thing, but is there a reverse stigma? Do Indiegogo backers not back Kickstarters? Generally speaking, I don't back Kickstarters. Unless I hear about something that sounds really, really cool and too big to pass up, I don't even touch Kickstarter. But that's me. And similar things go for, as rude as it may sound. I am also reluctant. Well, I tend not to promote creators who are on Kickstarter. So I guess that makes me platformist. So I'm just Indiegogo. Yeah, me too. I know Tucci released his most recent She on both. Yeah.
I really don't care. I don't care about which platform, as long as I see something good. You know, like on Kickstarter, I backed Jimmy Palmiotti, his Pop Kill series. I backed, you know, I can't remember the studio's name, but they came out with Deborah Daring. So she's like an undercover detective agent, kind of like Jessica Jones.
All right.
But she's a vet. She fought in the war and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that is called Deborah Daring. It's really good. She kind of looks like Black Widow, but of course isn't. But it's a pretty good read. I had a fun ride with it. And then there's Blacksmith and Skies of Fire and others. And then of course with Indiegogo, the Terra Olympus books, Replicator, Hex or Dusk. I just received. And I'm still waiting for, Battle Brick Road and Wrecked Planet and, all the big ones that are going to take a while to get to you. But, I try to back if I see a good book, I'll back it. I don't care who or what, because when it comes down to it, the book is what I'm really wanting. I don't care who's associated with it, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I backed something from Coffin Comics. Is it Bill Polito? I might have the first name wrong, but it's Polito, who owns Coffin Comics and owns the Lady Death franchise.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
I got like some special edition Lady Death of her on like a Patriot missile or something like that.
Oh man.
It was like a 4th of July special or something like that. And I think that was on Kickstarter. And I also got Kevin Eastman's Strange Tales or something like that. It was kind of a horror graphic novel.
Yeah.
Or a collection of horror stories. And yeah, I figured, well, it was done by one of the creators of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
You got me right there with it. Oh,
yeah,
related to that, I'm good.
exactly. Yeah, I like to know that when I back the money is gone, so I can just sit back and wait for my books, all the hassle of having to pay for shipping later on, which can be higher than expected. Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't use Kickstarter because of not taking my money straight away and not taking postage either. There's a lot of cool books I love to buy on there, though. Yeah. Another person who does a lot of work on Kickstarter is Todd McFarlane, who does Spawn.
Yeah. Right.
And I think his most recent project was a comic book plus an action figure. So I almost went with that, but in the end, I didn't. My book,
Getting that Spawn movie done. I'm tired of hearing about it, but no delivery.
my bookkeeping skills are not even vaguely good enough for the Kickstarter method. The stigma still confuses me. We just want good books without people trying to push politics at us. Politics in books is fine, but if I can tell who you voted for, you're not writing it properly. Yeah, it should be organic and it should be part of the story, if anything. I think it's also a problem for creators as when they hit up the backers for shipping fees, they must go through grief when paying some payment requests bounce. I'm wondering what the percentage of the Kickstarter totals are actually paid out. He admits it. He's a tease. Sounds like my high school sweetheart. I'm the worst kind of bigot, the kind that doesn't back his boom.
Yeah.
What?
Why didn't you get his boom? You should have got his boom.
Are you serious? I have not backed it yet. I'm having trouble doing any backings, to be honest, because I'm so freaking broke. I'm trying to make sure I have money for rent, basically. Hey, welcome, Dillard. Christine has to bounce. Time to take Luke out. Everton is still on short walks and he's still limping. Aw.
Yeah.
All right, take it easy, Christine. Thanks for hanging.
Have a good one, Christine.
Catch you on another stream, all. All right, awesome. Yeah, so
what is TTFN?
Ta-ta for now.
Oh, okay. How out of the loop I am.
At least that's what I know it as. I know a lot of acronyms, but
yeah,
there are a lot out there I still don't know. Yeah. So that's cool. Very cool. Very cool. Thanks for holding up the fort while I was busy on my phone call.
No, not a problem. The chat helped out, man.
And did you guys cover... Yep. Ta-ta for now. Did you guys cover if you were going with a floppy with staples or if you're going perfect bound?
Oh, I was for a 32 page. I would think just the floppy. I think if I want to go hardcover, I need to get like a volume size first. Like after the four are actually done and presentable, just make that into a collection of a hardcover. I think that would be
Oh,
best.
good deal. Um, is it a surprise, or would you mind sharing what you have in mind in terms of the different perk tiers?
Different perk tiers, of course. For the ones that sign up at the mailing list before I launch, of course, you're going to get an exclusive trading card that's only accessible by those who are the early birds. And then, of course, I want to have another trading card at a different tier. And then metal prints, bookmarks. I don't know if I want to do a comic book store tier where there's like 10 copies and, some add-ons.
Oh,
Because I never really see those make any money.
hmm.
But I don't mind doing like two copies where one you can play with and then another one's a signed copy that you can bag and board if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But if everybody's really wanting it, I'll do the PDF by itself. I'll do PDF and copy. I'll do a PDF copy with trading card and sticker. I'll do PDF copy, physical, trading card sticker, metal print, and then there'll be ones where you can get all that and then have your promo on a page. And I think I'm going to keep that limited to maybe 5 pages. And then depending on how much you want to put into that promo page, either make it a half page or a full page at different pricing.
Hmm.
And how's everybody feel about becoming a character in the book? Because I've seen those like go quick, but I don't know if you actually see yourself in the next issue or not. So I don't know how well that plays out with everybody.
You mean in setting up be drawn in to a future book or the current book that you're?
Well, that's how I came up with the character Dozer. One of the perks that we had on Super Able was become a character in one of the stories,
Uh-huh.
and the backer chose to be part of Cobalt's story.
All right.
I'm not bragging or biased towards Cobalt, but Cobalt. And so I was waiting on seeing how I could get him into this next issue, and he's in there. He comes in at the end of it with his presentation of who he is and what part he's going to play on Cobalt's team. But yeah, Dozer is based off an actual guy who backed the Super Able campaign with his likeness and everything. And he told me his backstory and whatnot. And I was like, bro, I'm just going to go ahead and use that as the character because that's just fucking badass. And so he's lost his left leg over an accident. I'm not going to go into it too detailed with him,
Mhm.
but the character Dozer, very much inspired by and basically given to me by the guy that backed our Super Able anthology.
I mean, I personally think the be drawn into here is a fun one, and
Yeah,
people would be interested in it. I don't know what the. I mean, I think
connotation of it is.
was it?
Don't know exactly because I don't know. Like if you're paying to have a character put in and you're paying like $100, $200, or $300 for your character to be put in there, I feel like just doing a passing by panel of if you look and you miss it type thing. I think that's kind of like a middle finger to the backer.
Yeah,
So you have to give that character like either a whole page or a couple pages for a scene just to like give a little spiel and then be gone.
I agree. I agree. I think it's yeah, I agree with that method. Like Doc Hogg has a campaign Tilt 2,
Yeah.
and the way he does it is he includes the tier to be drawn into the book, and you get drawn into the following book, not the existing book. So he'll
Oh,
have, was it?
oh, I was just like, I get it. Okay, that's Yeah, that seems doable.
And then and for example, you could be like one of the hired thugs, or you can play a round of cards with the protagonist, and then you get knocked off. I've seen some campaigns where you get drawn out and you get knocked off, but you choose how you get killed.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
And then,
How severely do you want your ass kicked?
and by which weapon?
Okay.
And I got one of the Be Drawn In tiers on White Cat Comics' Grim Reaper 2.
Right.
And you get to choose, what type of character you want to be in there. So you get, like you were describing, you get like a scene in it. But with Grim Reaper 2, it was a tier to be drawn into the existing issue that is being, that the campaign is running. So I guess it mainly is a factor of how flexible you can be with and how far along in the project you are. Because obviously, if the book's already done before launch or mostly done, it'll probably be really hard to incorporate anyone.
Oh, of course.
So yeah.
I never expect when you put that tier up there, you're going to be in that book that you're about to back. You're going to be in like the next issue or whatnot. Yeah, I was wondering like, how far along do you keep that character in that issue?
Oh yeah, that's true too. There's another campaign out there, Issues Number 1, and if you get one of the drawn in tiers, you're kind of like a resident of that world building. So, like one person who is in the drawn in tier, they own like a bakery or a coffee shop or something in the town in the story. So if there's if there's a battle going on and there's some destruction in the city, then you might catch that coffee shop or whatever, some involvement in it, somehow involved in the story, and I don't know how they're going to pull it off, but one of their goals, I guess, is to eventually have, all their backers represented in some form or fashion in the town as residents. So you might see yourself incorporated into a story later on, down several issues later. So that's really interesting and fascinating to me.
Most definitely. I feel like at that point you have to inform the backer, be like, hey, your character's coming in at a different time. Might not be the next actual issue, but you're coming in down the line.
Well, I think they get incorporated in the current issue, but they have a possibility of being introduced later. I got one of the tiers where I guess I'm a supervillain, but I don't know if I'm going to be killed off or what. Someone they encounter.
Depends. Do the heroes kill in that book?
Oh, oh, that's a good point. I don't know. I don't think I even asked that. That's a good question, though. Yeah, that's pretty funny. So, in terms of merch, you mentioned trading cards. You mentioned metal prints. By metal prints, are you talking 11 by 17 then?
Yeah, I don't want them too big for you, and I don't want it to be so expensive to where you're just like, no, there's no way I'm getting that tier. I don't want too many tiers. I want enough to where I know somebody's going to be interested in that individual item. or that individual bundle. I don't want like, oh, you can get 2 copies and 1 signed, or you can get 4 copies and 2 are signed for your buddy or stuff like that. Tell your buddy about the campaign and have him come back in.
Yeah, really.
But yeah, I've thought about like having a baseball cap with the title Cobalt and then the writer, artist, and letterer right there on the ball cap. But I don't know how well that would do. I don't know how people feel about clothing items for tiers. It's a hit or miss that I've seen.
I think it generally does good, clothing tiers. I mean, I like them myself.
Yeah.
But I'm a merch guy.
Okay.
I'm most interested in things like T-shirts. I love T-shirts.
Okay.
Others are into hats, but I rarely wear hats.
Sure.
But I do have a couple hats from a couple tiers. And on EVSs, I decided to get some beanies, even though I don't wear beanies. It might be one of those things where I have things on display that I don't wear.
I've seen a lot of these CGers wearing beanies, man. Malin, Clayton,
Yeah.
brother Corey. Everybody seems to be wearing beanies nowadays.
Yeah. Nefarious likes T-shirts as well, but make a Teespring or Shopify.
Noted. Oh, and a mug? Yeah. Cobalt mug would be awesome. I'd make that for myself.
Offer mugs, and I will tell you right now, point blank, I will buy it. I sometimes, I love mugs because I drink so much tea and coffee, but I don't necessarily get the mug tiers. Well, I guess that's kind of wrong because on Johnny Phantasm, I got the glass.
I was starting to say, have you seen mugs on the tier is the question.
Well, actually, that's another good question. I think I've only seen mugs on like one campaign, and that was Machi the Lazy Witch.
Okay.
From Johnny Phantasm, I got a glass. From Grim Reaper 2, one of the bigger campaigns, one of the bigger tiers, I got one of those magic mugs where you put a hot beverage in it and then you start to see an image, but it starts off black. It starts off solid black.
Oh, so when it gets hot, it changes colors?
Or you see the image.
Yeah, I've seen that advertised on like Dragon Ball Z things where they go Super Saiyan when it goes hot or whatever. Something like that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Have Cobalt like be the main image, and then when the cup heats up, suddenly he's like in a defensive block against K-Sim, Almont.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, there's all kinds of cool merch ideas. Merch as add-ons and merch as stretch goals is fine, but let people have the option to buy it ahead of time. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So you got, let's see, trading cards, metal, prints, possible mugs. You mentioned stickers. Have you thought about patches?
I have not, and this is the only reason why I haven't thought about a patch. As you can see, Cobalt does not have an insignia yet. If I did a patch, it would just be the title of Cobalt, and that would be it. I mean, it might be good enough with just that, but I think the patch. If I did a patch, it would probably be the TaleEnd logo, the TaleEndStudio logo.
Oh yeah, that would be a good one, the TaleEndStudio logo. But what if you did like? Oh crap! Sorry. What if you I don't know. I was thinking your main character's portrait, or and maybe it says Cobalt across the top, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So you tie a face to the name. Let's see here. Are you planning on using the add-on feature?
Oh, the add-on feature. I wasn't. I was just gonna have like it because I have some stuff already made that could either go into the tier or make an exclusive. Like I did the trading card.
Okay.
So I was gonna have the tiers just be essential items that I would want people to be able to get during their backing, and then add-ons would just be like little things that I would just include there myself.
Okay. As part of stretch goals, or
Sorry.
as part of stretch goals?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because what I like about add-ons is, let's say there's a perk tier that doesn't cover everything I want from the campaign.
Sure.
And it's happened numerous times where I go through the campaign, I get the tier that most closely matches what I'm looking for. But then I have to repeat the process over again to pick up all the extra pieces I missed.
I get you.
And in some cases, I've even had to go 3 or 4 times backing. And that also makes all the shipping costs stack up.
Yeah.
Where let's say I get something that includes a book, a variant cover, maybe a sticker, but then I want the tier that has pins. So then I go back, get the one that has pins, and that has its own shipping. Whereas there might be a possible way of combining the two in the same Gemini mailer box for a little more than the standard shipping, as opposed to paying double shipping.
Sorry, I was replying to Nefarious. What'd you say?
Nope. I wasn't explaining it very well, but so like, let's say I get a tier that has that chirping sounds annoying the hell out of me. Suppose I get a tier that has the book, a variant cover, and maybe a sticker.
Uh-huh.
Then I want to go back and get the tier that has, say, a set of buttons, and a trading card.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
I'm more or less paying double shipping, whereas you might be able to fit everything into the same Gemini mailer, as an example.
Okay.
So I'm paying a whole lot of extra shipping costs that may or may not be needed. I mean, depending on what it is, yeah, sure, I can understand having to pay the extra shipping, but in other cases, it might not require it. So that's one of the reasons why I like and appreciate add-ons. So you more or less customize what you want, and then leave it to the creator to decide how best to get it shipped the most economical way.
Yeah, I'll most definitely do that then. The add-ons at the end of the IGG page.
Let's see.
Like when you're getting ready to actually check out and submit your payment, there's an add-on page where you can select like a couple extra perks to go with your order.
Yes.
I get that. I see what you're. Yeah, I could definitely do that with different pieces of merch, especially like a patch or buttons or a T-shirt or something like that.
Merch is add-ons and merch is stretch goals is fine, but let people have the option to buy it ahead of time. Yeah, the advantage to being able to offer it on, see it on like your website or on a Shopify, integrated somewhere,
Yeah.
um, allows them, if they're already super excited and looking forward to it, then let's say they get a T-shirt, then they'll be wearing the T-shirt, and that's additional advertisement for the campaign. Unless you have a way to promote the book early. Yeah, we touched on this earlier where you've got your, what is it called again? Something Tales?
Oh, Tail End?
Tail End.
Yeah, TaleEndStudio.
All right, yeah. Make stickers of the logo as well. Stickers are pretty popular. I didn't think they would be, but they are. Yeah.
Tail end, because I'm coming up on the tail end of ComicsGate, the tail end of the tail end of the actual industry coming to a collapse.
Is that how you came up with it?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's exactly how I came up with it.
That's cool.
Exactly. Yeah, TALE, because they're tales, they're stories that I tell, and end because every one of them is going to end, whether characters die or not.
That's neat. I like it.
Yeah.
Add-ons, bro. We're just add-ons. If you look at other campaigns at checkout, Indiegogo offers add this perk to your purchase. And if it's an individual thing, I want what's not included in my tier. Oh, yeah. That's not included in my tier. I buy it. Yep. T-shirts always get me. Yeah, I love T-shirts.
Okay. I'll note it.
Welcome, Belzette. How's it going? Oh, hey. Good to have you. That's pretty good. Clever.
Welcome, Bowsette.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool. I know you mentioned you had no plans on doing a retailer's pack because they tend not to be very popular. Have you considered one of those tiers that some people are doing, comics for the troops kind of tier?
Oh man, I hadn't, but I would definitely consider that one. Yeah.
There's this organization, I'm blanking out right now, forgive me, but there's this organization that a lot of people seem to be working with to get comic books distributed to the troops. I don't know how they make the decision, but they somehow do. But
I'll have to get more versed in that one because I would definitely do that over a retail package.
Yeah, I think it would be a good fit for your property.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely something I hadn't even thought of considering. But hell yeah, that's an excellent one.
And I think you mentioned this earlier, but I might have missed it. Is there going to be opportunities to acquire original art? Are you going to have like your higher end tiers include a page of original art, for example?
I could definitely do that. Yeah. All I would have to do is get in touch with Erwin and be like, hey, man, need some OG art.
Yeah. Like a lot of campaigns.
Now, would that be like original art of Cobalt or original art of him doing the characters that y'all have on your campaigns?
It really depends on what you guys want to do. Some campaigns have, the artist drawing whatever character you want. Others give you the choice of key pivotal characters in their story to choose from as to what you want to draw. Like on EVS's campaigns, it's often like, I'll do a sketch of Salamandroid or Cyberfrog or Heather Swain. And what happens is when you click to back that specific tier, it gives you a drop-down list of the characters you can choose from. and then you select the appropriate character.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we can definitely pull that one off.
There was another campaign, I think it was the transhuman one, where when you back the book, you get a drawing the artist did of, popular Marvel superheroes. Like I got the tier that had Supergirl in it. So I got a drawing of Supergirl along with my backed book.
Okay. So Nefarious just said, yeah, other than alt covers, original art does very well. Original art, as in the actual original line work at pre-scan, if it was drawn by hand. To me, that would just be the black and white pages. And at that point, you just pick the page that you would want that art of.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes the tier will include the actual cover art, original artwork, and other times you'll have the opportunity to get physical interior pages. Typically original pages are done on 11 by 17. So you might get the chance to get a single page of original art.
Okay.
In some cases, you can get lucky and get like a double page spread.
Now I do have, when you looked in the Google Drive, there was a file in there that said Erwin Ashcan, and it's not completed yet, so it doesn't need to be looked at or whatever. But he does have a little bit of his like line artwork in there of a couple of the pages. He just needs to fill it up a bit more for that. Is that something that everybody would be interested in, like an Ashcan, or do those even like do very well?
Are you talking about like an Ashcan? I mean, the Ashcan itself released as a book to go along with the campaign?
Yeah, like a stretch goal. The Ashcan would be like the pages before, or just a scene on a panel before it actually became the black and white thumb. It would be the actual line art of how he set it up and everything.
I think that could be. I think that could garner interest.
Okay.
Nefarious says we can't do it because our artist works digital start to finish, so we offer art pre-dialogue.
Okay, yeah, so that would be the black and whites that I have. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yes, pre-flatting, pre-color works too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, original art period is quite popular because CG being so new and growing so fast, you got all these awesome creators and so many people wanting to get in on this at the ground level. It's like the perfect opportunity to acquire original art before everybody explodes and becomes so popular that their art garners $10,000 a page.
I would love to see Erwin get there. That'd be awesome.
Let's see here. I just did an original art feature on the main channel. Oh, cool. Wyz, can I like?
Oh, can I link Ashcan?
Oh, yeah, by all means. Hell yeah. Yeah, promote your works, by all means.
That's why we're here anyway.
Ashcans are dope. Usually Ashcans and campaigns are mini books, though. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's setting up his pages for the Ashcan booklet.
Is it like a prequel?
No, just how he went, just like the pages, but at like the line art, not a complete thumb.
Oh, so it's like a collection of concept art?
Yeah, concept art, yeah.
Okay, concept art Ashcan. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be a fun addition. Yeah, Nefarious, definitely drop a link. That sounds cool. Yeah. In terms of, going live, so you're talking February, March. latest. Are you looking to do 2 30-day rounds of funding or 1 60-day round of funding?
I'm thinking 2 30 days because it shows that that urgency when it comes to a close at the end of the first and second 30 days. So I think that would be the smarter route to go. I wouldn't mind doing the 60 days one, but I feel like that just doesn't. I think people can feel like they can wait till the last minute to do it, and it won't happen.
Yeah.
I feel like doing the 2 30 days instead of the full 60 days is a smarter way to go about it.
I'm a huge proponent of the 30-day model. I
Okay.
agree.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And let's see here. Once WyzGyz and Bionic is done here, check out Kaparticus's art streams. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
He's a good artist.
Yeah. We are getting ready to hit the 3-hour mark. Do you need to get prepared for something else? Do you have another stream coming up?
I have work at 4:30 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
So
yeah, you're coming up on it then.
I'll be wrapping up real soon. What was I gonna say? Have you determined yet what you are going to shoot for in terms of a funding goal?
Yes. Funding goal 3,000. I feel like that'll be just enough to get the amount of printings that I want done and get some of the tier rewards done too.
All right. That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I don't want it to be too much on the very first one. I want to actually like have a chance at being successful right off the bat, and then down the line, might make the goal a little bit more challenging, like at 5,000 or something like that.
Yeah. For a first campaign, I think that's really reasonable. You want to be realistic and be able to cover your costs, your expenses.
Right.
But at the same time, if it looks too high, then it might discourage people because they may potentially think that there's a minimal chance of it succeeding and might not back at all.
Right. Yeah. I don't want that kind of mindset for this campaign. I want people to know that this is something that I've held close to my heart for a long time. This means something to me, so I know it's going to mean something to you by the time it's completed. I want it to be out in my backers' hands. I want it out there among the other great books like Cyberfrog, Hexer Dusk, Rob the Replicator, Kozor, and so many others. Battle Brick Road. I want to be able to sometime down the line become a contender with those guys.
Heck yeah. And the faster we can get it funded, the better, because once you're listed as fully funded, then Indiegogo's algorithm or whatever does a lot more to promote you.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. Let's see here. There's the link that Nefarious was going to drop. That's a vid on the original artwork that has ComiMark cover art in it. ComiMark close?
Yeah, I haven't seen much of ComiMark, but what I have seen, he is one hell of an entertaining guy.
Oh yeah, very much so. He's such a cool guy. I love CG UK.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't know that.
Comrade. My mistake, Dario.
Yeah, I didn't know he was an artist. I thought he was a storyteller. Yeah, Comrade. Dario Hernandez.
Yeah, I just backed Not Daredevil just the other day.
Oh, no, it's the art Captain Fuckhead did for a cameo soon. Excuse me. Cool. Call Me Mark is part of our CG UK group. We got a lot of talent and lots of books coming out this year. Oh man, my wallet's not ready yet. From Call Me Mark's campaign.
Yeah, we got CG down under. We got CG UK. Where are the American books at? Did we just drop off the face of the earth?
No, they're coming out. They're coming out.
All right.
But it's just not listed specifically as CG US.
Yeah, understandable.
It's just ComicsGate or CG. Yeah, R.I.P. Captain Fuckhead. That's an unfortunate loss, and he'll be forever missed on this earth. Kid Krishna looks dope. Arn.
Touche, Nefarious. Touche. He just said, "Are you putting one out?" Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, really. F in the chat for the cap. CG noobs.
That's exactly what I am.
Yeah. So, cheers to the cap. Yeah, very, very cool. A moment of silence for Captain Fuckhead.
Of course.
Welcome, Daniel. Hail. WyzGyz Entertainment and TaleEndStudio. Man, I still love the origin of TaleEndStudio. And it's got a good logo too, which is sweet.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I thought it was unique. I thought it stood for what was common.
All right.
Hail, Daniel. Hail, brother.
CG noobs we will compete with CG UK and CG Aussie.
Yeah. If we're already talking about crossovers, what do you got?
Yeah, really. Hail myself. Oh my gosh. Wait, what do we have here? Kid Krishna, Not Daredevil, Charlie's London, Tailless, Doomsday Kingdom Volume 2, Chateau Obsidian 3, plus there's like 3 or 4 other projects in the works from CG UK. Dang. Oh, hey. You forgot Merry Boys 2.
Oh, yeah, Merry Boys.
How dare you, Bristolian Dave. And here I thought you were truly Bristolian. Oh, man. Got to team up with our partners across the pond. That would be fun. That would be a whole lot of fun. If I'm not mistaken, there's also a CG Japan.
It's called manga.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I know. I have no clue. I was being a smart ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought there was I saw a hashtag for CG Japan. What was that you were flashing?
Oh, that was my bad. I was trying to hit mute because I was about to cough.
Too late.
Yeah.
So many projects. Yeah, I know. It's freaking awesome. There's the link once more. Let's catch the trailer again, and then we'll close it out. Man. And do you say that was from WyzGyz?
Yep, WyzGyz created that video for me.
Yeah. He's getting real fancy. All kinds of transitions and stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
Ah, here we go. Yeah, Mary Boys 2, Ailsa Dark, Werewolves and Vampots, Glenn and Monsterland. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. That's another one I got to look at. Only Death Can Save Us, Lady Satan, all CGUK. Hey, Bristolian Dave, you got to have all of those creators coming to my channel. We got to cover them all, I tell you. All of them. Promote. Magnetic armor. And we got a new dude just coming into the fold who you had on your stream earlier. Oh, sweet. Yeah. Very cool. Dude, the Cobalt logo and your YouTube avatar would be good stickers.
Oh, appreciate it, man.
Another idea.
Yeah, I definitely want to use the Cobalt logo and the tail end logo for something. But I don't know if it's going to be patches or stickers yet. I already have a sticker available that you guys are going to find enjoyable, I think. But I'm not unveiling that one yet.
Sweet. Damn, I'm late. Welcome, Ananui. Good to have you. What? WyzGyz hustling. I'm hustling. But we're glad you're here, Mananui. Hail, Mananui. What other channels have you been on so far?
Let's see. I've been on the Sporkman Studios. I've been on Belinder's channel, Big Speech on Twitter. I've been on the Pimp Your Project with, I believe that was, I forgot his name, but I've been on the Pimp Your Project here on YouTube. I've also been with ComicsMate, Nerd is the Word, Daniel, and Lee Byron Carver had me on there. So you are my 5th or 6th one that I've been on.
That's quite a number already.
I started bugging people early.
Well, that's good. Nice. Fantastic. Don't forget to also check out Mandy Summers, John Malin, White Cat Comics.
I've tried adding John Malin a couple times. I think he's still ignoring me, but I think I'm just going to have to keep on flicking his ear until he says what.
Well, you don't necessarily even have to try and DM him. You can do a public tweet and tag him. And
that's what I meant. I did. I haven't actually DM'd him yet.
Okay, all right. And then every now and then, I can't remember if it's once a week or once a month, but he does. I think it's once. I want to say it's like every other week, but he does ComicsGate Presents.
Yeah.
And you respond to his tweet with your campaign, and then he queues you up, and you have like 5 to 10 minutes to hawk your.
Oh yeah, I watched that. I watched that with a couple guys. Yeah, I love that idea from Alterna.
No, that's published in Pete Samedi.
Okay. He's got the same kind of deal that happens on Monday.
Yeah, that's like the open call. But yeah, Pete Samedi, that's another good one.
Okay.
Oh crap! Get in on that one too.
Yeah.
Let's see, Fizzgiggity, aka Piper.
Yeah, I've reached out to Gaslight. The Red
Red Valkyrie.
Yeah, I've reached out to Red Shay. I've reached out to, you and Commie Mark came at me about the same time, so I'm trying to get that set up with Commie too. and you know, a bunch of others. I'm trying to get with the pull box and trying to get on theirs. They reached out to me, and I tried reaching back to them, but I haven't heard back yet. So, you know, I'm taking it one day at a time. But you know,
Nice.
I'm trying to get the ducks in order.
Right on. Sounds like a plan. Nefarious says, good strategy. All right. What? WyzGyz got loads of bitches ringing him today. Pimp's gonna pimp, I guess. I got a book. Yes, I got to book him. I got to book him, Dano. So Bionic, you want to get on a CG UK show?
Hell yeah, man! Anybody that'll have me, I'll be more than happy to come on.
Heck yeah. Do it. Do it. All right. I'm giving you the floor. Share with the.
Hey guys, I want to appreciate you for hanging out with us today. It was a long stream. This is my longest stream so far, but it's all been fun. I appreciate all the notes you gave me and the positive responses for Cobalt, Thrashing About. As soon as I get this done, I'll have another story ready for you coming at you, probably in about another year or two, called Damascus, and that's going to revolve around more of a mythical folklore. And but for now, Cobalt, Thrashing About. The mailing list is still going. Please sign up today. If you do, you get an exclusive trading card. And then I will see you in February when we launch. Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah. As long as they got his money. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube, WyzGyz Entertainment, on Twitch at WyzGyz Tweets, Twitter at WyzGyz Tweets, and mark the bell for notifications, like, comment, and subscribe. Drop a message down below this video. Let us know what you're most excited about on this project. Cobalt, Thrashing About. I want to thank everyone in chat. You guys are freaking awesome. You guys rock. Always appreciate your support. Thank you to everyone who watches this on replay. And thank you to our very special guest, Bionic Bruh from
Hells
TaleEndStudio.
yeah. There we go.
All right. Let's close it out for the day. Thanks all. Have a good one. See you on the next stream.
Check you later.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the ComicsGate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.